Wow. All right. Let's see how this goes. What is going on, everybody? Just waiting for it to pop up over here. Make sure the video looks good. What's going on, Garrett? Yep, video's looking good. Let's see. Excellent. Excellent. So now I can pause that. Audio good, you guys? I'm assuming so. I did it like I always do it. So. All right. Let's see. Mark Curtis was already here. Gary Farron, what's going on? Max's Path. Hello, sir. Glad to see you. I don't remember if you popped in on last week's live stream, but hell yeah. What is going on, everybody? Grant Tilley, Tattooed Fucker, Sam Russell, the one and only Scott Wexler. What's going on, man? Higher X coming through. Excellent. I appreciate it, man. And Adam Hall, what's going on? So I guess I can looking and sounding good. I appreciate it, man. So I guess I can go ahead. I'll brag on Sam a little bit. So he was down for the SRF festival this past weekend. Hey, look, there it is. Oh, I was about to talk about it for you, so you didn't have to bring it up yourself. I was going to give you the nice segue into it. Popped in to say hi for a minute. Excellent. Glad you could make it in for a little bit, man. Always good to hear from you. Looking decent. I haven't shaved. You're right. I do need to trim up a little bit. But anyway, Sam came down for the SRF and, like a hard ass, didn't let the weekend festivities stop him from hitting his lift. So he went in, he came and used the gym at the house and hit a PR, 3 reps at 420. And Heather said when she was watching it, he definitely had 2 more in the tank. She said they looked so easy. So good work there, man. Motivational to be sure. All right. Let's see. Looking decent. Yeah, already talked about that. Frank, Joey, TR crew. Hello, hello. I wouldn't say looking. Yeah. Dude. Yeah. Heather, I'll tell you how impressive it was. Heather texted me while I was at work. She said, Sam just came in here, deadlifted 420. They looked easy. And I told him he definitely had 2 more in the tank. So good on you, man. Yeah. That explains it. It's because you weren't wearing the right shirt. I tell people all the time, color coordination is an often overlooked aspect of strength training. So sometimes you just got to make sure the fit is on point. So you can get all the gains. You miss out on a substantial percentage of gains without proper outfit. Let's see. Do you guys have anything for me today? I don't really have a lot to talk about, as usual. You know what? Here, let's do this. Here's a question. Look good, step 2 lift. Yeah, exactly. Here's a question for you guys. How many people in the chat actually carry a backup gun? How many people actually carry a backup gun? Getting ready to head out to 7 days of bolt gun. Dude, that is going to be fun. Where are you taking that at? Who are you training with, Garrett? Dude, that November class is going to be, that's going to be good. We just wrapped up a pretty, it was okay, gun sight, excellent. We had about, how many people did we have? About 8 people. And we had a bunch of first-time students. We only had 1 alumni in it. And it was just so much fun. So much fun. Got an email from one of the students, an older gentleman who was emailed to brag about how much fun he had and stuff like that. So Mark Curtis says he might if he had one. Let's see. Sam Russell's is still doing dual appendix, right? So your backup gun is right up there. I know D-Walt carries carries 2 or 3 or 4 J-frames on him at a time. Hey, Sam, I'm going to get to the camp out. I'm going to fucking get there, man. All right. Glock 26 appendix and a J-frame on the ankle. Garrett, at least 1 backup gun. Working on a second GAT, was carrying 2 appendix. So what made you decide to stop carrying 2 appendix? Did you just... what do you mean you're working on second GAT? Just the 19... I don't think I'll ever carry a backup gun, but thanks to being shamed by a combo of thanks to being shamed by a combo of Aaron, Sonny, and Mike, I'm trying appendix, so who knows? Centerline knife. Ah, okay, I see. Cyberbullying works. It does. I just listen. Scott is the prime example of cyberbullying working. Let's see, Glock 43X on the ankle most of the time. Ankle carry. Excellent. Yeah. So now, everyone who doesn't carry a backup gun, you know you're wrong. You should fix it. You should. Now, how many people, a fixed blade, listen, a knife is not a backup gun, guys. I love you guys. A knife is not a backup gun. So how many people who carry a backup gun? Let's see. Let's do a nice solid window. Would you say? All right, within a month, you have actively practiced transitioning to the backup gun, responding to something, whether that's, you set up 2 dummy rounds in your primary and you say, hey, 2 clicks in a row, I'm transitioning to my backup gun. How many is it, a month? Is it more like 3, 6, 12 months since you've practiced that? Yeah, if your bros aren't shaming you on the regular, do they even care? I don't think they do. I think you're right. I've been thinking about this a lot since the Florida trip. Frank and I had a very good discussion about backup guns and people actually training to draw the backup gun. How many people carry one and then don't practice responding to a situation that makes them draw it? So let me know what your answers are, backup gun guys. When was the last time you actually did a thing where you had to respond and draw your backup gun? A knife is a response to please stop trying to take my gun, right? Yeah, listen, I get it. So Joey, right, was just talking about usually doing ankle carry, but it's usually shorts only weather in Florida. So I get it. It is tough to carry a backup gun. So like if you absolutely don't have one, a knife is another option to have on you. But again, this is leading toward that. But even with our backup knives, whether it's our knives or anything like that, if that's your plan, is when this gun goes all the way dry, I'm transitioning to my knife. How many of you guys that carry those fixed blade knives practice reacting to your gun being empty and going for the knife? Frank wants a small pocket gun. I'll get one eventually. Yeah, pocket carries great. I prefer ankle carry, but I'm wearing shorts right now, so I'm not backup carrying. Like, I don't have a backup gun on me right now, so don't feel like I'm judging you too harshly because I'm wearing my shorts. So I want I'm right there with you, Frank. I would like to have a pocket option as well. Or I should just be like Sam and just throw 17 on one side of the appendix and my 19 on the other. Even if I had 5 guns, I'd still have 2 knives. Hell yeah. Edward, right? So you're dealing with dumb laws and stuff like that. So you can't carry anything that isn't on your list of 4. What do you mean by your list of 4? It's hard for me to justify buying a small gun, higher X. So, I mean, you're buying the small gun as a backup option, right? So it's not like you're buying it as what you're going to carry. It's just a backup option, So there's your justification. If you want a backup gun, James used to say backup guns are free. So just pick whichever one you like the most, that looks the coolest and works, and do the thing. Garrett, I don't practice as much as I should, but it is in the rotation. Excellent. Scott says, apparently I'm going to be on my church's security team. Had to go qual with my handgun. Dude, awesome. Did you smoke it? Oh, shit. Speaking of that fighting pistol class, we had someone from Ohio down here who is a part of your your range club thingy. His name was Steven. I can't remember his last name. Steven, not Wallace. Anyway, but yeah, but he said that he won the thing, and or maybe he had talked to you beforehand. I can't remember one way or the other. Either he won the auction at the NRA thing or he talked to you and that's why he bid on it. But either way, thanks for spreading the good word, man. Let's see. Even if I had 5 guns, I'd still have 2 knives. Yep. It would probably be best to have 2 26s on the ankles as well as the 19. I think James did a video on that in 2012. Yes, absolutely. James had spare mags wrapped around guns. Exactly. Yeah. Steve Wallace. Okay, it was Wallace. Hell yeah. Excellent. Ken goes down and you're going to pull out Barbie. Yep. He shoots with us. He won it at the NRA rifle. Yep. Hit that slide release, guys. I appreciate it. Is that what we're calling the like button now? Isaac made it on the ballot. Excellent. Glad to hear that. Told Dean to haze him appropriately. Hell yeah. I don't think Dean showed up. Let's see. So on a serious note, I'm considering taking a full-time EMT job once I get certified, so I'll be messing with deep concealment. Yeah, I mean, I don't have enough experience. The only deep concealment thing that I know about is the Enigma. But Lewis, I know you should talk to Lewis because he does that often whenever he's behind enemy lines, as they like to say. Yeah, let's see. Grew up in martial arts, knife fighting included. Right, excellent. Now we just got to get him reelected. Yeah, that's great. Yeah, I mean, all of those are great. It's just one of those things that like I see it often enough in class where at the start of fighting pistol, we ask students, do you have a backup gun? And every so often someone will say yes. And then when they have a chance to draw it, they never do. Right. And in all of these things, whether it's our knives, whether it's our, Nike tactical withdraw, anything like that, backup gun, we need to, we need to practice choosing those options. Been helping teach new firearms instructors at the State Academy. Great to see the next generation. Keep up the good work, Garrett. That's awesome, man. That's super cool. Yeah. It's hard to beat J-frame deep concealed. You'll forget you're carrying it. Can't knock the slide out of battery on a revolver. That's right. Uh-oh. I'm going through my drinks too quick. Let's see. What else? What was I going to talk about? The bug out? 6 for sure. Let's see. I run an Enigma regularly with a 365. Excellent. Yeah. Those are cool little holsters, man. Mike was carrying his deep concealment, and to test it, had students pat him down for a force on force class. No one found it. Yeah, because the camp out. And none of them were new to it, right? But even guys who have done it often, we don't want to pat someone's junkiness region. We check the waistline, but we don't go any lower than that. And we should all probably do that little karate chop that James talked about. Just make sure nothing's up there. Bug out, camp out talk. Yeah, we can go ahead and move into that. Revolvers are not as reliable as advertised. They are good, but when they go down, it's a gunsmith's fix. Yep, absolutely. So, all right, because it's being brought up, let's talk about the bug out weekend thing, guys. So if you've never been to the bug out weekend, let me see, when is it scheduled? It's on all right. So if you've never been to the bug out weekend, we've talked about it here and there. And everybody's like, hey, if you actually want people to show up, you should kind of promote it. So we're going to try to push it a little bit this year, and see what we can make happen. But long story short, it's just a chance to hang out and test out any of your cold weather equipment or anything like that, your bushcraft skills and what have you, or your lack of bushcraft skills in my case. So yes, yeah, we'll do a dedicated video on it. I'm teaching this Tuesday, but we can work something out. So anyway, I really enjoy it. I've went every year. Uh, I've went the past however many years, and every time it does not go my way, but I still have a lot of fun. I always end up cold and wet. Maybe I'm not selling this very well, but it's always a lot of fun still. And so this year, what we're doing is, at the very least, we're going to have a few educational things going on, a couple of fun things. I know Sam has been voluntold, or I asked him if he would teach a block there. He did land nav one year. It was a blast, and he could just do that again for all I care. I think that'd be a lot of fun. But then Thurman Klingman is wanting to do like a 22 shoot off competition kind of thing. And then Cadass has talked about doing a class over backing up trailers, right? So imagine this is kind of along the lines of alumni weekend. We're just kind of all of this stuff adjacent to, just being more reliable for yourself. So yeah, if you guys want to come and hang out, I believe on the website it's listed at $1. That's just so we can get a head count of who's showing up and stuff like that. So just show up. It's a blast. You don't even have to stay on the range necessarily, but I would encourage you to do so, especially if you're into that stuff. If you have things that you want to test out, if that cold weather sleeping bag, you want to actually know if it'll make it through some cold weather, bring it on, sleep in it, and see what happens, and at the very least, book a room at the Best Western, hang out with us all day and night until we eventually go to sleep after, the fire goes out, and then you can book it back to the hotel. I always get to bed early on the bug out weekends. Let's see. You can carry. Oh yeah, I missed that on the permit. Let's see. We need to do a dedicated in for land nav. Yep. The more the struggle, the more memories you make. Bad weather and things not working, just make it more memorable. Yeah. Absolutely. It's been a blast every single time. So Dakota and them will be out there with the dogs. Excellent. Glad to see it. Dale, what's going on, man? I'll be seeing you in about a week, huh? You're coming down for Fast and Accurate Pistol up there in Kentucky, right? Be there or being queer. Yeah. We plan on coming. Yeah, already read that. So excellent. Yeah, but I think it's going to be a good time. And I don't know. It's just one of those things where the past 3 or 4 years, it's been the same group of guys, and I love you guys, but it'd be cool if we had some more people, right? So I'd love for more people to show up and just hang out. Hoping to be faster and more accurate. Excellent. Fast and Accurate is a great class. Enjoy, sir. Glad. Thank you for the kind words, Garrett. I have a lot of fun teaching Fast and Accurate. I guess I could segue into that. I know you guys know this, but we do have some classes coming up in Kentucky. So we have Fighting Pistol on Thursday and Friday of not this coming up week, but the next week. And then Fast and Accurate will be that weekend. So 16th and 17th and 18th and 19th. So if you're around the Kentucky area, or it's, easier for you to get there than Camden, you should jump in the class. And if you don't know if you can make it or not, I don't care if you show up Saturday morning. Show up Saturday morning and be like, I'm here to be more faster and more accurate. Bring that shit to Texas. I'm not above it, man. I did see your email. I just didn't reply back to you because I'm a terrible businessman. But yeah, man, that's definitely some options there. I'll reach out to the guys down there in Texas and kind of, I think it'd be fun. I have a blast teaching the Fast and Accurate stuff. Tim doesn't like it. Jay hates it. So it's up to me. I'm wanting to at least make Fighting Shotgun in December. Would love to make it way of. Okay, yeah. Well, Grant, hit me up, man. Let's see what we can do for you, dude. Because that way of class, let me just take a quick gander. I know we've got a good group of guys in there already. So we have, well, we have 5 like multi alumni who are all doing the way of. A few of them are staying in the team room. So, like, you know, there's probably people who are going to be here for the full week. It's going to be a good time. Still wanting a low light fighting pistol class. You're right. I need to get on that. Me and you need to talk, Garrett. I know you've already sent the email. You don't have to send another one. It's bookmarked. It's pinned at the top of my thing for whenever I feel like dedicating the time to it. Why do Tim and Jay dislike teaching it? All right. So neither one of them are big fans of the skill-based training, right? They much more prefer the more defensive, tactics-oriented style of training. So they just don't have as good of a time teaching it as I do, right? And both of them can do a great job teaching it. They've got the outline and they can do everything that's in the outline. It's just not their favorite thing, not their favorite class to teach. If they had the choice between, teaching fighting pistol, any other class, like fast and accurate classes are just at the bottom of their list. Oh, why is it doing that? I messed something up, guys. Sorry. Let's see what else. But yeah, so that's what's going on there. So you mean I need skill for that class? Not yet. No, you don't need skill for the class. We will be working on skill in the class. So you just show up however you are, and hopefully through harsh words and beatings, I will get you shaped up in some semblance of someone who knows how to shoot a gun. Yes, December shotgun date's handy. So the way of starts on the 4th. So fighting shotgun starts on the 4th. Advanced starts on the 6th, and way of ends on the 8th. That's Thursday through Monday, because we had a lot of alumni who had already had, because you guys know by now, fighting shotgun in December tends to be a big class. It's kind of become like a tradition almost. So a lot of those guys who had taken fighting shotgun in December, they said, hey, smack that advanced shotgun on the weekend this time. So we have a bunch of people who are planning on being here for the advanced shotgun. We got a bunch in the way of. Once again, the 4th through the 8th in December. But yeah, and I've ranted and raved about this plenty. But you guys know, so like for me, low light fighting shotgun. Oh, you got to talk to Tim. That's Tim. Fast and accurate shotgun. Dude, I swear we used to have a fast and accurate shotgun. I swear we did. Looks like no classes in February. Don't fuck with me, Liberty Seeker. I've got stuff on the instructor schedule. Let me take a look over here. You come into the live stream and you make me do more work. Did you do it? All right. We'll go here. We'll go calendar view. No, I should do upcoming training because that puts it in chronological order. But then I got to go all the way to February. But yeah, so for me, what is interesting, and maybe this is why I'm a sucker for it, but I'm kind of naturally competitive, it turns out. And so when I first started shooting, all of my training was tactical response. By God, none of the February classes are up there. You're absolutely right. I will get that fixed tonight. Because I have a bunch of stuff on here. I've got a bunch on the instructor schedule. It's like I don't know how to do my job sometimes. Anyway, got to go lift again. See y'all later. See you, Sam. Let's see. Anyway, so all of it was this like more defensive, more tactics, fighting pistol thing. And then the first time that I took like not even a skill-based class, a class that had skill-based exercises in it. They busted out the shot timer and things like that. Had to shoot the El Presidente. Man, I got hooked. I'm a sucker for a shot timer. I get it. You know, I've raved. I've talked about this a bunch. It shouldn't be the end all be all, but man, if I don't have fun trying to make those numbers go lower, you know, I'm a sucker for it. So I just have a lot of fun doing it. Um, Tim said Dragon's Breath fighting shotgun. Yeah, I mean the Dragon's Breath will probably be included in the low light fighting shotgun. That's for sure. Yeah. Yeah. Garrett, you and I have talked in depth about this. It is um, you know, it's a solid benchmark. Data is important. Like, yes, can you go out and practice enough to where you just you can feel that you're faster? Yes. But it's also nice whenever you can just, you know, take your notebook out there and track your progress and see where your improvements have been or where you have been falling behind on things and stuff like that. It's data, and data is important. And so what I'm saying is if you use a shot timer in your practice, if you go out there and you're doing things like, I just want to see, you know, whatever it is, insert, you know, holster to first 2 rounds out of the gun, or, you know, your bill drill or what have you. I would encourage you to track that stuff just like you do with your lifting. You know, it's Sam knows. Sam doesn't go into the gym and then just kind of like just starts throwing weights around to see how if he feels like he got stronger. You know, he's added weight incrementally and worked on things to help him get better in certain areas and stuff like that. Isaac's in the house. What's going on, Isaac? Lifting. Oh man, come on, dude. What are you doing lifting and listening to me? All right, Isaac, you got this. I don't know what you're lifting right now, but whatever it is, I'm sure it's heavy and you got this. I believe in you. I'm proud of you. Let's see. Shot timer is a real life video game score. Yeah. No, dude. And maybe that's where it came from. Maybe that's where my love of the shot timer is growing from because I'm a sucker. I'm a sucker for video game stuff. John Kruer, what's going on, man? And Francisco is here. What's going on, dude? Sorry, we're just nerding out over shot timers, and Isaac being has been put back up onto the up for election for the NRA board of directors. So Isaac, I had a student asking me the other day, and I could not remember if you're still listening. And if there's anybody who knows the answer to this, then you can just answer. But they were asking about how they voted for you. And I remember you saying that there was going to be a ballot that came in the mail from the NRA. And I could not remember exactly how that worked. So I told him basically that, what I just said. So need as many of you to become life members before December 31st. Excellent. Yeah. Yes. Sorry, brother. Have to pick days off from work next year soon, and there's nothing like Tennessee in February. Oh, yeah, man. I'll get you sorted out. I will have them. I'll have them updated. Like I said, tonight, if not tonight, first thing in the morning. So just to give you a sneak peek, what I have for February planned right now is a pistol class, a medical class, shotgun, or a way of the shotgun, and then a way of the rifle. All of those classes kind of fill out February. So pistols on a weekend, advanced shotguns on a weekend, and rifle is on a weekend. Ballot in the magazine or by envelope in February. Bullet vote, just me, so you get all 28 of your votes. I did remember to tell him that part. So let's say he was saying something about he doesn't get mail from the NRA anymore. I don't know if that's something that he set up, like he talked to, you know, USPS and told him not to do it anymore or what. But if people don't get the mail normally, do they have a way of requesting the ballot? Do they have a way of requesting the ballot? Bro, I'm working on people to come take a class. I appreciate it, dude. That's how this works, man. You guys have to get out there and spread the good word. And word of mouth is so big. So keep it up. I appreciate every single one of you. We wouldn't still be doing this today if it wasn't for you guys. bringing people down here, right? Can I use a shot timer to time baby bottle washing? Yes, absolutely, you can. You can. Big dog status. You didn't miss out on much, man. We talked a little bit about the bug out weekend coming up at the 1st of next year, so it's actually January 2nd. We talked about backup guns and how you should actually practice drawing them, like reacting to the thing, or whatever your backup option is. We talked about some skill-based stuff, and then we talked about Isaac in there. Let's see. We need to get Isaac a meme and apparel team. Yep. Your practice needs to get both time and score. Your drills need to reflect both. Work to get better at the skills. Absolutely. And then, and then. What's going on, Paul? What is going on, man? Dude, speaking of Paul, I'm glad he popped up, guys. If you didn't know it, every time he shows up in the live stream, it's like, hey, I've got to talk about this thing now. And I need to make sure I'm promoting this as well. There's too much stuff to promote, guys. So Paul and Jarrett are going to be teaching a fighting pistol class next year in March. Just got back from Texas. Hell yeah, dude. We were just out in Texas. Next year in March, out in Boulder City, right there next to Vegas. And we're going to be doing their Pistol 201 down here, their Marshall application of the pistol. So if you guys are out west, people like Big Dog Status, Higher X, I know you've already had fighting pistol, but if you want a chance to train with Paul, Pro Gun Club, boom, excellent. If you want a chance to train with Paul, yes, it's going to be fighting pistol, but you should absolutely get on the range with Paul and pick his and Jarrett's brain and stuff like that. So make sure you guys are hitting that up. And then if you're out east and you want a sample of the Student of the Gun curriculum, bring it on in. I did not get in touch with Peru Ranch. I have not done that yet. There's no Arizona classes yet. It's on the list, though. Don't you worry. 100-pound dumbbell press for 15 reps. That's crazy. You're crazy, man. I think I've told 10 people in the last week to check it out every chance I get, especially new purchasers. Excellent. I appreciate it, man. Adam Hall, I'd love to stop getting mail from the NRA. Those envelopes with the big red final notice to claim some crappy swag are ridiculous. Yep. We split time. We don't split time. We split skulls. Yeah. I mean, listen, yes, there's some truth to that. Yeah, absolutely. It's fun to say it. But at the end of the day, skill is on the list. We do need to make sure we're improving our skills. And the best way of improving your skills is by tracking your data, physical skills, when it comes to practicing, you pick a thing, you focus on it, and you practice it, And again, you can kind of just feel it out, but that's not the optimal way of getting better at a physical skill. I think I was talking a lot about this in the fighting pistol class this weekend because we had a few guys who play guitar. Paul plays guitar, right? And so can you get better on guitar if you just pick it up and kind of noodle a little bit after you've gotten some of the basics down, right? Like you're not going to get very good at guitar very quickly, just noodling the whole time. But yeah, you can figure some stuff out and learn just by noodling or strumming on the strings and messing with the frets or whatever. But the way you get better at guitar more quickly is you pick a thing and you practice it, whether that's your scales or your fretting or your this, and you focus on that thing and you get better. Got to drag Joey to high elevation rifle in Wyoming. I would love to get out there, man. Let's see. I need to get to Utah, Wyoming for their rifle classes. They are awesome. Yep. Yeah. Question about flying with firearms. Does your holster need to be in the locked gun case or can it just be in your checked bag? Mine is typically in my checked bag, I believe. Yes, I'm 100% positive on that because the case that I travel with, because I haven't flown with rifles before, and of course talking about holsters, this is a pistol. Like the case I use for my pistol, it barely fits my pistol and all the mags, and I put the box of ammo in there with it as well. So yeah, your holster can just be in your thingy thing. If you hired a skeleton to teach pistol, I'd sign up. Hell yeah, check it out. Any further word on NorCal versus SoCal classes? Not yet, though. Big Dog Status was just talking about that. He talked about Peru Ranch in California. I do need to reach out to them about that. It can just be in your checked bag, technically carry on, but don't press your luck. Yeah, absolutely. Paul's going to be in Tennessee when? So Paul will not be here in Tennessee. So basically, Paul, me, Jared, Kayla, Heather, we all got together and we were like, hey, we're going to make this happen. You know, we want to kind of do like a tactical response West class and a student of the gun East class. And so in March, and depending on how many signups we get, Cali people go to Pro Gun Vegas. Yeah, if you're in California, absolutely make the trip out there to Pro Gun Vegas. Like absolutely. So it's gonna be martial application of the pistol here at the tactical response facility, but it'll be me teaching it, maybe Tim, depending on how many signups we get, you know, Kayla, things like that. Fabio, no problem, dude. We have not stopped talking about advanced fighting pistol and how fun it was, dude. I'm glad you guys had a good time. Advanced fighting pistol is hey Paul, we'll see you later, man. Take it easy. Thanks for stopping by. Let's see. What was I just talking about? I got distracted. Oh, advanced fighting pistol, fighting shotgun, advanced fighting pistol are our most fun 2-day classes. When is that Vegas class? It is in March. And I believe it is the 21st and 22nd. Let me get this pulled up real quick because it is on their website. I'm a bad businessman. Over here. Advanced. Not that. Not that. Martial application of the pistol. No. Yes. Am I crazy? All right, no, that's ours. I'm dumb. I'm dumb. Sorry, guys. Maybe I shouldn't have the computer on the live stream. It does sometimes distract me more than it helps me. So we have this here. Yeah, so that's March 21st and 22nd. And I have it listed as Las Vegas just because that's the simple answer, but it is at the Pro Gun Pistol Club, which I believe is out there. It's actually in Boulder City, if I'm not mistaken. I could be way wrong though. So there's a link to Fighting Pistol. I thought it would pull up the dates as well, but anyway, that's that. Let's see. Isaac high elevation rifle would be a great time. It would be. Yeah, Isaac, if you haven't been out there for that, Garrett was ranting and raving about that after. Let's see, if you haven't taken Fighting Pistol, you should. It's life-changing. Absolutely. If you guys, again, you guys out west, this is your chance. And there's a small group of people, like on one hand, who Heather, me, and Kayla would ever agree to teaching the Fighting Pistol class, right? So Brian Sayers, we had him doing that up in the Northeast for us the past few months. Then now we have Paul and them out west taking care of it, right? So like you're going to get the curriculum. We trust these guys to deliver it to you, but not only that, not only do we trust them to deliver the curriculum and make sure that you get the same Fighting Pistol class that, you'd get if you showed up here in Camden, but these are guys who are very, very knowledgeable whenever it comes to this stuff, passionate about what they're doing, and are like very in line with our mindset behind fighting with the gun, but like Paul is great. If you guys have never trained with Paul, or if you don't watch the podcast or anything like that, you're messing up. I mean, you guys talking about lifting or listening to this while you're doing other things. If you play me, if you're playing me every Wednesday evening while you do things around the house or lift or this or that, you should do the same thing for when Paul and them do their student of the gun radio. I mean, it's very, I don't know, just check out Paul and train with him out in Vegas if you're out west. I don't know what else to say about it. Yeah, it will not be us out there because I will be busy teaching their class here. We put them on the same day. Cheers all, quick plug. Such and Guns and Gadgets bottles now available for you or for gifts for the 9s and 1s in your life. Yeah, guys, if you haven't seen that, check that stuff out from Heraclitus. Select Bourbon there, Joe and Raquel over there. They're awesome people, good alumni. Always fun to support them. Probably closer for me to drive to Camden than Vegas for sure. All right, well there you go. Planning on taking fighting rifle in what's up, Paul Wilson? Sorry, man. What's up, Paul? I'm planning on taking fighting rifle in 2026. What rifle sling do you recommend? I have the SOE convertible. I like SOE's 2-point sling that has a little bit of bungee in it as well. That's what's on my rifle. Um, but I don't have a lot of experience with different slings. It's either been SOE's 2-point sling. I don't think mine's a convertible. It's been their single point slings, or I have messed around with the Doughboy Tactical Minimalist sling. And I'm actually a big fan of that one as well. I mean, it's a piece of nylon with a little, quick release thing on it. It's super some QD, like nothing fancy. It's just very simple, and I really like it. And that's actually what we have on the red gun, on the red rifle that we use in our fighting rifle classes. And so I've probably worn that one now more at this point than my regular rifle. Red dot is the way. Acro, hey man, still adapting to the red dot. Me too. Dude, Lewis was so disappointed. We were up there at the up in Kentucky, and so what was going on? We were doing some pistol shooting and everything like that, and someone asked me, like to use my gun to shoot it or something like that, yada yada yada. And they were like, "What optic do you have? Like, what reticle do you have?" And I said, "Oh, it's a dot right now. So just look for the dot." And like when I said that, Lewis just like head snapped toward me and was like, "Nuh-uh." I broke his heart. So I'm still on giving just the dot a try. Everybody in here knows this. I still like the donut only, the circle only, whichever one you like more, pick it. But what was I doing the other day? I'm getting more accustomed to it. I'm tracking it better. I'm not having near as many issues as I did at first, but I was shooting something. I was doing a cadence drill or something like that. And I had a fucking smoking run with that red dot. Now, it's probably just because I'm good at shooting, but anyway. I was like, maybe dot only isn't so bad. Brian has a fantastic low light class. That he does. Brian Sayers has 3R Operations has a great low light class. Getting better slowly, just practice time. Yeah, Peru would be great. I'm going to try to remember to get back to that work in progress. Edward Bentley, would the Vegas class make us alumni? Yes, it would. Peru would be great, 50 miles from your house. Okay, yeah, I'll check that out. I'm not above teaching out there. I'm in LA, 40 minutes away from me. Peru Ranch is the shit. Yeah, no, I'm definitely going to be checking that out. Don't forget, yeah, look, David Forbes is making people sign up for that advanced shotgun class. Yes, absolutely. Check out that advanced shotgun class, guys. David is counting on you being there. Though, listen, we have enough signups now, David, so you don't have to panic as much. But yes, I want more signups. But yeah, sign up for that class. But David, you ain't got to panic. Is the Doughboy Tactical the one Don Edwards uses? I'm not 100%. I'm not 100% on that one, Grant. I did not mess with his truck gun sling at the summit. I have seen his sling before, yes, and but I don't have one. I've never used it. But everybody who has, yeah, his Andrew sling is great as well, from what I've heard. The dot is the way. End of conversation. Oh, well, hold on. Not the end of the conversation. Not the end of it, Garrett. No, your reticle choice doesn't matter at the end of the day. You got to practice whichever one works for you. And you can get good with any of them. And I don't know. And there's just not enough data talking about data, right? There's not enough data comparing circle only to dot. But I guess if the dot wasn't great at what it does, the competitors would have already figured out. they had that little bit of an edge using the circle, right? So, but we're also not, IDPA grandmasters and stuff like that, high wizards or whatever they call themselves. So isn't the SOE convertible just a 2-point with the D-ring attached to it? And then Dakota says the 2-point convertible are almost the same thing. Yeah, awesome. So I think I just have the 2-point then, because I don't think I have a D-ring on mine. Let's see. Has anyone done that VR gun game? Is it applicable to what we do, or is it subpar? So I remember at one SHOT Show we did a video with a company who was doing a VR, or it wasn't actually VR, it was AR. So we're talking about two different things. Yeah, Mark, I don't even know what you're talking about. So I cannot answer your question there. I just got the mechanic MO4, just need more time under it, but the multi-reticle, I stick with the donut. Excellent. Yeah. And we've talked about the donut a bunch on here. We've talked about the dot a bunch on here. The Delta Chevron, whatever the fuck, is trash. End of conversation. Who do we know who runs that Chevron? Who runs the Chevron? Is that DeWalt who runs the Chevron? I can't remember, but someone is like a fan of it. I think Mike Farrell is. Who else? Anyway. I haven't done anything with this Chevron, so I can't put my 2 cents in there. But from what I've seen of you guys, it definitely has more haters than lovers in our group of friends. That's for sure. But yeah, so anyway, what was I supposed to go back to? Where was that? Getting better slowly, just practice time. Yeah. So the dot was superior. John Moses Browning would have put one on the PA. God damn it, Adam. Got me again. All right. So that's pretty funny. Do you guys have where well, maybe you don't. I hang out with people, like most of my friend group that I grew up with and see, once a quarter or whatever. They're not into guns at all, not into this stuff in any way, shape, or form. So if you hang out with people like that, do you find you still make these jokes that are references to things that people that they just don't get, but it's become such a part of your vernacular that you can't stop yourself from doing it? So anyway, that just made me think, if I tried saying that in front of them, they would have just been like, who, what? Anyway, so let's talk about what Work in Progress said earlier. Getting better slowly, just practice time. And this is something that I talk to new students the most about. We had a new student in class, brand new, maybe shot a gun 4 or 5 times. And she had come down here with her dad. She did the intro class, and then she did fighting pistol. So anyway, not that she was doing this, but typically those students can end up being very hard on themselves. And I think that for new students in particular, and even for us who have been doing it for a little while, right? Proficiency comes with practice, the marksmanship stuff, all of that, the grip, all those fundamentals and everything like that. If you're working with a new student, just remind them that stuff is easy. All of that physical skill part of things, that's easy to fix. It just takes time. Practice is the answer. Your groups will get better. Your split times will get better. Your grip will get better if you can put the time into it. It's a simple answer. Maybe I should phrase it that way. It's a simple answer, not necessarily an easy answer. Uh-oh. Am I in trouble? Let's see here. Yes. That happens to me for sure. None of my friends are into this stuff. Right, exactly. If your friends aren't into guns, then you don't talk about guns enough. Yep. Now there are some who are friends about it. who are getting better about it, but for the most part, they don't give a shit. Ton of movie references. The problem is younger people haven't seen the movies. Me neither. So anyway, but yeah, guys. So we got about 10 minutes left. Just as a reminder, Heather was reminding me to bring up the bug out weekend. Luckily, I did my job earlier, and so I did bring that up. But just as a reminder, if you're interested in coming to hang out for the bug out weekend, feel free to just show up, hang out. You don't have to stay or anything like that. It's going to be a good time one way or the other. If you like hanging out with the people who are normally at alumni, but change of setting, it's cold and you're all sitting around a fire while Daniel Klingman throws something into the Dutch oven, and he fucks up the first thing that he cooks, but the second thing he cooks is really, really good, then you should come hang out. It's always a blast. So, and maybe by then I'll have some firewood saved up too. I like cold weather. Yeah, dude, me too, man. I'm so excited to be moving into this cold weather, dude. This July through August was such a ball buster here, man. Like, shit, Whitechapel or Chelsea Grin. Now, I don't know a lot about Chelsea Grin. We have so much firewood. I don't know a lot about Chelsea Grin, but I'm going to go with Whitechapel because they're from Tennessee, and I have listened to them before. Brian, that's the questions that I'm here for. I appreciate that. But yeah, I've got to represent Whitechapel. In fact, my new Spotify station right now is from a metal band that I found called Synestia, and Whitechapel has popped up on there a few times. So if you're into like big orchestral sound with like some fucking heavy breakdowns and some low screams, you should check out Synestia and Disembodied Tyrant. They're both great. Bug out dates one more time: January 2nd through January 4th. So that's the Friday right after New Year's. Originally, I had it scheduled for the weekend before that, which turned out to be the 26th, the day after Christmas. And I knew nobody was going to be showing up for that. So we have it fixed. So that's it. The cold weather is good for smoking weed. Man, you do what you got to. You're out there in California, man. You make it happen. Joey, thanks for all you do. Looking forward to training with you again in November. Absolutely, Garrett. Always a blast having you in class. And then you know that I will be cornered and I will have no choice but to talk to you about a low light pistol class. Like, you'll have me cornered. Like, I'll have to be there, obligated to be on the range. I could call in sick though, now that I think about it. Heather and I went on a walk this morning, and that's what I told her I was going to do. I said, I think I'm going to call in sick today. Let's see. Anything else before we close this bad boy out, guys? Any classes in January? Yeah, I mean, those looked like those were on the schedule. No, the January classes aren't on there either. That's so crazy. So classes that I'll get fixed. So January and February obviously need to be updated. We don't have a whole lot in January. We've got a pistol. We got a 3-gun combo starting on the 10th of January. That starts on a Saturday. And then we have a Way of the Pistol that starts on the 22nd. So and the bug out weekend, of course, being that weekend beforehand. Yeah. So that's what we got going on in January. I will have January and February up to date. Hopefully no crazy snow. Yep. Check out the Browning if you fuck with a little bit of techno. Yeah, I'm always down for it, man. Hey, look, there's Catass. Hey, man, we were just talking about it. So Catass will be there at the bug out. He's going to be doing a trailer class, dude. If you're a grown-ass man and don't know how to drive a trailer, or if you're a grown-ass woman and don't know how to drive a trailer, or if you're not even a grown-ass adult and you just want to learn how to drive a trailer, show up to the bug out weekend, because Catass has some experience with that. Hit that like button. Thank you, Kevin, for doing my job for me. Yeah, work in progress. Yeah, there will not be, hopefully, no crazy snow. I fighting trailer. Yeah, that's what he said. So I can't think of a time where we've gotten like snow out there. It's been it's been cold and wet and rained like the past 3 or 4 years, but it has not been cold enough to turn into snow. It's been cold enough to be miserable, but not make it into snow. But we'll see what happens. I think I would rather it snow. Like I'm already going to be out there all weekend. Advanced fighting trailer. Fighting in someone else's trailer, yeah. We've had naders, but not snow. Yep. Yeah, we have had some rough weather out there. The way of the trailer. Dude. That's that. Yeah, IRX got it too. We do still have James's bug out trailer. It's out there. Yes, we do. Low light trailer. Yep. Who trains in the snow? I'm down for that. Cold and wet rain is okay. Snow not terrible. Just no ice this year, please. Immediate action trailer. Yeah, dude. It's always been a blast. Like it's only happened a few times, but it does feel really cool when you get to take a class in the snow. Maybe because it's still novel to me because it's only happened like a handful of times, but I don't know. There's just something about it. Me and several truck drivers have had mutual glad I don't have your job conversations. I suck at backing up small trailers. First SUT had 2 days of snow. Wow. Wow. Yeah. Bet that felt so cool. I bet that felt so cool. Ah, that's awesome. And then backup trailer. Yeah, I think you brought it home, Higher X. Yeah. That one, the way of the trailer and backup trailer. I think that's solid. All right, guys. Mash up with citizen safety in Murfreesboro trailer park. Yeah, co-teach a trailer pistol class with with Ock up there. Try backing up a 55-foot boat into a driveway. I don't know, man. I don't. That's what I'm taking fighting trailer for, or backup backup the way of the trailer for. Geeking, dude. You're on a roll, dude. You got it. Training in the rain. Hate getting wet, but once you are soaked, it's a great time. Yeah, that's like this rifle class that I just taught. I did not expect the rain. The last time I checked the forecast before the pistol class, it was like bright and sunny. I walk out the door Monday morning and I was like, shit, it's going to rain. And I chose not to go back inside to get my rain jacket like an idiot. And so anyway, on the range, it starts raining at like 9:30. It does not stop raining all day. And when you can just like, luckily it wasn't like cold. You know, the weather, the temperature was still high, so it was not a cold rain. So whenever you can just embrace the fact that you're soaked to the bone, nothing is going to change that until you're done with the class. Like it, it becomes much more enjoyable. Yeah. Fighting Civil War cannon. Dude, I'll never forget being up there in Cuna one time. The range there has a cannon, and they let Thad, like, light it off. It was pretty cool. Bug Out Weekend does take that whole, if it ain't raining, you ain't training thing way too damn far. Yeah. It really does. It feels like the last 4 years, it has just been soaked out there the whole time. Like everything ends up just wet. Yeah. All right. Guys, I think we made it to the end of the live stream. I think that's about everything that I got. You guys were awesome. Thank you for tuning in as usual. Let's see. It's been a few years since I've been down and a long time since I've taken fighting pistol, but it has always left an impression on me. It was the best. Hey, man, I appreciate it, guy. Work in progress. Very nice of you. So once again, guys, thank you for tuning in. We'll be back next. Actually, I won't be back next week. I'll be on my way to Kentucky. So Kayla will probably be taking over the live stream for me. But yeah, keep spreading the good word. Remember the bug out weekend. Go out there, train with Paul, buy Andrew's stuff, train with Andrew. Come down here, take Fighting Pistol again, work in progress because it's been so long. And I'll see you guys next time. This is the way. And now I'm going to walk over here and press some buttons. This is the way. You guys keep